Well, finally we are here to interview Cheri Lemaire. So this is an interview for Photomaster, for those who are starting their business, and hopefully this interview is going to inspire you because Cheri has a lot to share with us. How did you embark into this adventure of photography?
I think the first piece of it was recognizing how much I loved shooting people and capturing them in ways that would remain memorable and something they wanted to keep forever. And then I started really looking a lot more deeply at what really made a good picture. And I didn't always know what that was. So that really kind of started my journey into exploring what makes a good picture and really diving into a lot of education. And that started my journey into looking at the tools of the trade, you know, different cameras, different lenses, and if I wanted to produce this look, what went into making that look. Yeah.
I think we always start by thinking that a good equipment, a good camera is going to take good pictures, right? Until you realize that we got to know how to use that camera, how to use light, especially light.
Before I knew anything, and still have so much to learn, but you said those words, and it isn't until really that you decide to invest in, again, trying to learn what to produce something. And now when I see images and I see that the light isn't right and what it can do to transform something into a dramatic image, it makes me want to learn it even more.
So what has been the most difficult thing for you to master in photography?
Definitely one of them we were talking about earlier is lighting. Really trying to, whether it's natural light or artificial light, but I'd say that's been my toughest one so far.
What is your niche and how did you get to that niche? What made you decide to get that niche?
My absolute favorite to photograph is women. Particularly, I would even say the 40 to plus range. I love that a lot. I do. I love that a lot. Yeah.
Big part of this generation are into digital. And we try to educate them that they may not have something to look or see in a few years. How do you deal with that with your customers?
So I came into this via digital only, and although I find myself really wanting to stay committed to print images. I really do. I believe, for myself at least, that again, digital is a wonderful product offering, but I've chosen now, because I believe so much in prints, that I don't provide digital unless you have the print along with it. It is my commitment to making sure that more people use print products. I think having that physical in your hand, having that as a keepsake for your family is truly very important. Those digital files on your computer, they're not going to be viewed and loved like a print image. Yeah.
I think it's easier for us, right? We came from a previous generation. We understand the value of looking at the wall and see that and enjoy that over and over again. Right?
Well, you know what? Here's a little personal share on that. So I'm originally from New Orleans. You remember that? We have Katrina. I will share with you the thing that people went after the most was their images, that they wanted, you know, in terms of making sure we're protected, was their images. I also have a circumstance in our family where we had my husband was very ill, and we didn't know if he looked. The one thing he wanted during the time of his recovery was to look through our pictures. And so it would not have been the same experience trying to crawl those up on a computer, right? But we did. We spent many days, and so I definitely, it reinforced for me the importance of having all your images in print, that you can touch them, feel them, love them.
Right. Yeah, we are on the same page with that.
Oh, and look at them on the wall. Yeah.
You already touched a little bit on that one, but what makes you feel most rewarded? We know it's not the dollar amount, but what makes you feel most rewarded after shooting?
For me, because I emphasize on women, I truly don't think that we see ourselves in the ways that others see us. I really don't. And I think for women certainly in my age, we've kind of lost a little bit of ourselves in terms of we spend a lot of energy raising our family, loving our husbands, and so in doing that, we just aren't looking and seeing ourselves that way anymore. I made myself do the experience myself so that I could feel that firsthand. So I know it's true, and I love giving women the opportunity to experience that with me. I do.
So 2017 is beginning right now. So what's your vision for the year, or your plans, your goals?
I'm really excited about 2017. I've really decided I'm going to make a very concerted effort. There's some hard work that does go along with this, right? It's not picking up a camera and clicking and everything comes, it's magic, right? So really focusing on both the business side, I would say marketing a little bit harder to get my word out there, and learning more of the technical pieces so I can do a few more creative things.
What advice would you give to that person who is starting right now and is not even sure if this is the way that they should go?
Advice. I'd say one thing that really staggered me for quite a bit of time is too much comparing. You know, right? This is a industry that is filled to the brim with people that have picked up a camera for the first time and have decided that they want to be a photographer, and you feel like you're competing with anything from that to someone like yourself who's been in business 25, 30 years. I finally just decided I want to be a photographer who no longer compares, but pursues excellence. I think we all have something to contribute out there. We do, and there's a consumer for all of us, but I don't want to be in the constant compare mode for myself and pursuing what I want to do. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. That makes a good tip. So we'll be doing some shooting with your next client here. We're going to be covering all that, and perhaps you're going to be talking with Rebecca a little more about some things, your workful and all that.
I love talking with your daughters.
All right. So we'll do more of that. What do you think?
Thank her.
Oh, okay.
Rude.
Okay. So I want to thank you very much for taking this time to do this.
My
This
pleasure.
is great. People are going to enjoy and learn a lot about this.
I've learned a lot from you, so I always appreciate that.
Always
Thank
from
you
one
so much.
another.